Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from the Aether Bios Clinic and Aether Bios Yoga. And today I'd like to talk about homeopathy. So what is homeopathy? It's a system that was discovered in Germany by a man called Dr. Samuel Hahnemann, who was born in the 1750s, and he discovered the system of treating like with like. So my first inspiration and my first introduction to homeopathy was when I was a teenager in Zimbabwe, and I went out to this farm and there was this very fascinating woman sitting in a big armchair, and she had a little box with lots of little compartments with little white pills in them. And she was very interesting, and she was telling me all about these things she had done with people and how people would come to her and she'd give them these pills and they would get better. She was absolutely fascinating. So years later, in Johannesburg in South Africa, I met Dr. Zach Zampitakis. Zach was an osteopath, an acupuncturist, a homeopath, and a spiritual man. And he was fascinating because he had this big office filled with books. He would sit and listen to my stories, and then he would sit and read through the books, and he would make a decision about what he was going to give me. He wasn't a man who pretended he knew everything, and I really respected that. So he made a massive impact on my health and my well-being, and we became friends for a very long time. So many years later in London, I met a very learned man called Dr. Colin Lascelles. Many doctorates and many passions, very clever man, and he wrote many books. Many of these books here were written by him. And he's written The Dental Prescriber, because he used to be a dentist. He's written medical prescribers. He's written formularies for people who work with natural medicine to be able to refer to. A world traveller. So there's a lot of information out there to look up, and everybody has a different way of working. There is the Materia Medica. That's the kind of Bible on homeopathic remedies. So what is homeopathy? It's the basis of treating like with like. So if you take a substance, for example, I had a swelling and I was given Apis bryonia. Now Apis bryonia is made from bee sting, which is a swelling, so that's the like and the like. So a very small dilution of that was given to me, and it really helped to bring the swelling down quickly. It was quite amazing. I've had my animals treated by homeopathic vets for many years, and you can't make it up with animals. They don't know about placebo. They just respond. And I would see my cats laying on their back with their paws in the air, looking like they were about to expire. Take them to the vet, get a remedy, and in no time at all, mostly, they'd be running around. Now you can't tell a cat that you've given something that helps them, because they just don't operate like that. So there are many, many systems that I've looked at that I find absolutely fascinating. There's the Alpha Omega system from Italy, and that's looking at what's going on in the system, what's happening underneath the code, particularly what's going on in the immune system. What might the body be fighting that isn't there anymore? So they're not totally homeopathics, they're ultra dilute aqueous solutions. So they have homeopathics, but they're not homeopathy. They have herbs, but they're not herbs. They're mixtures, and to me they are more like homeopathy than anything else I know. And it's fascinating to test people, because I test it with kinesiology, and to see which part of their system or their body is responding and what could be the culprit. And very often they will relate to something that happened when they remember getting unwell, but they had forgotten. So it's very interesting to work with that, to clean the old memories out of the system, and then to feed the body with things that will help to rebuild it. There are kits from many companies. There are kits for pregnancy. Many pregnant women use homeopathic remedies during the birth process. Travel kits. There are many German kits that have combination remedies that would be for a particular condition. Now sometimes a remedy would be for a condition, sometimes it would be like for like, and there's a way of working where there's a whole pattern and a picture around a remedy, and if that meets somebody's personality and their type and the way they are at this moment, that would be their remedy. So it's all very fascinating and rather complicated. And you may be given a pill, a sugar pill, that has the remedy in it, or a little tablet which is often lactose that doesn't suit everybody, or maybe a little powder in a folded up pouch. I've got some in the cupboard. Perhaps a liquid, often with alcohol in it, or a smaller bottle. You may be given a potion or a cream to rub in. I use many of these with my osteopathic patients for conditions, musculoskeletal conditions that are suited to them. So sometimes remedies are made with machines, and sometimes they're made in other ways. So it's a fascinating subject, and I'd like to tell you more about different aspects of it in future videos. Thank you so much for listening. That's Lynn Bridgeford, Aetherbios. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really enjoying sharing my journey and my knowledge with you, and I hope it's a help to you with your learning and your understanding. Please subscribe, like, write in the comments below, and go across to my other channels. I have Instagram, Lynn Bridgeford. I have Facebook channels for the clinic, for the yoga, and interact with me on all the channels, and I would be happy to connect with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much.